All right. Good morning, everyone. Anthony with Bleacher Bums Gaming, and we are crooked. All right. Going to get in a little payoff pitch baseball before the NFL games start. And it's been a bit since I had this game on the table. So excited to get back to this and pick up our 1921 New York Yankees replay. And we are in game 17 of the 1921 season. The Yankees at this point in real life were mediocre or struggling a little bit at 9-7. They have far exceeded that in the replay as they come into this game with a stellar record of 12-4. And let's just hit some key points real quick through our first 16 games. Key players on the Yankees, of course, Babe Ruth. And the Bambino currently is hitting 350, has a 480 on base percentage, has walked 15 times, and slugged 6 home runs, 7 doubles, and a triple, 24 RBIs. Other notables on this team, the great Wally Pipp holding down first base until Lou Gehrig gets there. He is hitting 354 and has 3 home runs, which is good for second on the team, as well as 21 RBIs, also second. A future member of the fantastic 1927 Murderers Row and an integral member of that team, besides Ruth and Gehrig. Bob Musil started extremely slow. He started to pick it up as of late, up to 265. 1 home run, 5 doubles, 13 ribbies. However, leads the team in strikeouts, passing even Ruth, 13-11 for the Bambino. And on the hill, Carl Mays, who is a workhorse early in this season, has already appeared in 6 games, has a record of 3-1, 3.86 ERA. He's also struggled a little bit in his last 2 starts. Other notables on the Yankee staff, Waite Hoyt, 2-0, 2 saves, and a sparkling 0.78 ERA. Leader of strikeouts is Jack Quinn, who has labored a little bit both starting and in relief, but Quinn also has a record of 3-1 as he's had a decision in all 4 of his appearances, has a couple of complete games. So that is a quick overview of the team. One more notable. The former Philadelphia A, now Yankee, home run Baker, and he'll get the start at third base today for the Yanks in the Polo Grounds. He's only had 20 plate appearances or 20 at-bats thus far, but he's hitting 350 and also has a home run himself. Today's 7th inning fun fact, as Utah Mike Sports Time Machine has joined us. Welcome, my friend. And yes, the Cougars absolutely sucked yesterday in the Independence Bowl, before you have a chance to say it. And our good friend Matt Steeler Fan 1933 has also joined us at the ballpark. So let's get going. I've got a new camera stand, guys. Bears Dan 07. Thank you very much for stopping by. Does the cards appear clear to me? Just let me know if the cards are not clear to you guys on the screen, and we'll get going here. All right, so leading it off for the Athletics here, first inning, and we'll go through their starting lineup. Jimmy Dykes at second, Whitey Witt in right, Joe Duggan, and Joe Duggan will be our 7th inning fun fact today. And there will be no catastrophic casualties in today's fun fact. Matt? Tilly Walker in left, Frank Walker in center, Cy Perkins behind the dish, Ivy Griffin at first, Chick Galloway at short, and Eddie Rommel gets the start for the Mackmen. And for the home-standing Yankees, it'll be Brago Roth in center, Roger Peckinpah at short, the Bambino in left, Wally Pipp at first, Bob Musil in right, home run Baker at third, Aaron Ward at second, Fred Hoffman catching, and Bill Piercy, no relation to Rats lead singer Stephen Piercy, on the mound today for the Yanks, and we're ready to go. And Utah Mike, thank you very much, my friend. Says it looks okay. So we are underway, and Piercy pitching to Dykes. Right away, it's going to be a ballpark check. 83 at the Polo Grounds for a right-handed batter is going to be in play. And 86, it's going to be a ground ball down to shortstop. So Peckinpah records the first out of the game, and we are underway. 1 down. Whitey with the batter. And here comes a pitch, another in-play result, and 33 against the right-hander. That's going to be a sharp single up the middle, so the Athletics have their first base runner on today, and Piercy, part-time starter in 1921, started 10 games, appeared in 14, 5-4 record, 2.98 ERA. And our seventh inning fun fact, Joe Duggan, the Philly third baseman, steps in, and tough, cranking up the heat is Piercy. And 69, that's going to be a ground ball down to second base. And 7 on the double play for both. Going to be a 4-6-3 double play. Scooped up by Ward to Peckinpah and back to Pip. So the Athletics get a hit, but he is erased on the inning-ending twin killing. It's no score heading to the bottom of the first. Also joining us at the ballpark is Darius Montre. Thank you very much for stopping in. And appreciate that. A happy holiday, Merry Christmas to you and your family as well, my friend. Appreciate that. Yeah, my eyes suck, Bears Den. They have fallen off the cliff the last 3 years, so I wear glasses. I have to wear glasses to read now, but all right, here we go. Rommel facing Brago Roth, and it's going to be an in-play result to Roth. 62, that's going to be a fly ball into shallow right field. Whitey Witt comes in to take care of that. 1 down for the Yanks, and again, the Yanks exceeding their real-life record at this point by 3 games. 12-4 coming in versus 9-7 in real life as Roger Peckinpah, future senator, steps up to the dish. And going to be a patient result, and Peckinpah watches ball 4 sail high, and he's going to trot down to first base. And I'm going to be doing my call your own steals in this one, in case you're wondering. And no need to do that as the Bambino strides up, digs into the box, doffs his cap to the fans, and Rommel kicks, delivers, and that's going to be a patient result. And you know, with Bambino, that's going to be pretty much a walk most of the time. And when it's not, it's gone. So second straight free pass issued by Rommel, and he's on the ropes early in this one. 1 down. Runners on first and second, and Wally Pip, who's off to a hot start, steps up. Another patient result, and Pip's going to draw the walk as well. So Rommel, struggling with control early in this one, has walked the bases full of Yankees. 1 down, sacks juiced, and Bob Musil, who has come on after a very slow start, as mentioned at the start, up to 265 now. Here comes a pitch in play, 87. That's going to be a ground ball down to shortstop, and potential no bueno there. Above Rommel's double play rating, so that is going to be a fielder's choice. So coming in to score is Peckinpah, as we have our first run of the game. Going over to third is Ruth, and Pitt erased at second on the fielder's choice, and Bob Musil has an RBI to start this game. Yankees jump off to a 1-0 lead. 2 down, and home run Baker. Baker was seen exchanging pleasantries with Connie Mack prior to the game. They maintain a good relationship despite the fact he no longer plays, as Rommel, the exaggerated motion, comes home 19, and that's going to be yet another walk. So Rommel, really struggling here, has walked the bases full again. That's his 4th walk of the inning. So the Yankees 1 run in without the benefit of a hit, and that brings up the second baseman, Aaron Ward, as P-Jet has joined us at the ballpark. Yes, indeed, that was the year that Ruth hit 59. And if you're familiar with the game, I'll just show you his card real quick. Take a look at the insane card that is Babe Ruth. So wheelhouse versus right-handed pitchers, 1-97. He has home runs in the patient column, which I believe, if I remember correctly, is the only rated player that Joe has had to do that with. So that's how good he was that year. So yes, Ruth that year, 59 home runs, walked 145 times. Definitely, probably, in my opinion, actually his greatest season, better than 1927 even. So Ward steps in as Dave Baseball Demos. Good to see you, my friend. And I don't mind my vision fading. It's the memory and gray mat. Yeah, I've got that too. I'm screwed in both ways. Yeah, I agree with you, PJ. Like I said, I think 1921 was most definitely his best season. And Wally Pipp, I have mentioned it enough. So if Wally Pipp watches the streams, he knows what's coming. All right, Ward steps in, and that's going to be an in-play result. And Rommel's going to get out of the inning. That's going to be a fly ball into left field. Tilly Walker drifting to his right takes care of that. But the Yankees crack the scoreboard without the benefit of a hit. Rommel pitching like the wild man, Mitch Williams. It is 1-0 Yankees, and it's going to be Tilly Walker, Frank Walker, and Cy Perkins for the A's. Piercy staked to the early lead, and that's going to be a patient result. So he is going to catch a little bit of Eddie Rommel fever and walk the first batter he faces here in the second. Tilly Walker down to first, and Frank Walker, no relation, steps in, and that's going to be a tough result. 45. Here comes a high heat. Swing and a miss. Frank Walker, a big cut underneath that and a little bit behind, one down. So Piercy bounces back from the walk. Tilly Walker gets his lead. Cy Perkins ready to go. And here comes a pitch, and that's going to be stroked into the gap. That will be a double. And again, I use the fast action cards. See, line shot splits the gap in center field. Runners advance 2. So the A's bounce right back. And again, Piercy, not the strongest of the Yankee hurlers, is in his own pickle here. Runners on second and third. Infield is going to play at normal depth, one down. Ivy Griffin, the batter. And here comes a pitch, another in-play result, 57, and that's going to be a ground ball down to third, roll of 5, and again, Piercy, the double play magic, a twin killing. Baker to Ward to Pipp, 5-4-3. Never mind, stupid. Runners are going to hold. That's a 5-3, so 2 outs, second, third. I have a tendency to inadvertently cheat for the Yankees at every opportunity. And we'll do a fun fact to see if Eddie Rommel is indeed related to Irwin, the infamous Yankee general in World War II. Here we go. Piercy now kicks, delivers, 2 outs, 2 on, both in scoring position. Patient result, 51 to Chick Galloway, and plunks him under the ribs. So Galloway trots down to first base, and now the A's have the sacks loaded and the pitcher spot up. Obviously, way too early in this one to make any kind of change there. So Rommel is going to have to help himself, as our great fan, Al Red Sox fan, had fun in his chat last night. Burns a Midnight Oil and is up early and has an excellent channel. Make sure you check that out. Al, a very big advocate and the #1 spot in Mount Rushmore of the Cards and Dice YouTube genre. If you have not subscribed, do so, as Piercy's going to get a defense result. And defense, this is going to be all right, left field and excuse me, range in left field, and in left field for the Yankees is the Bambino, and he has a range of C. 61 on the dice roll, and he's going to make a nice running catch. And again, earlier in his career, hot dogs have not gotten the better of him, so he's able to track that down as Piercy pitches out of the pickle. The A's get a hit batter, and a walk. They leave the bases juiced as we head to the top of the second, or bottom of the second, 1-0. New York in the lead, and it's going to be for the Yankees. One second here. Sorry. Yeah, no, we're good. It'll be Hoffman, pitcher spot, and top of the order, Brago Roth. So Rommel has the horsehide, kicks and delivers, and another patient result and another walk. Rommel is struggling with control early in this one. That's his 5th walk in an inning plus. And Piercy, he's definitely going to come up and lay down a bunt. He has a sacrifice rating of F. And we're going to do the fact check. So first of all, we will roll, and that's bunted back to Rommel. And the sacrifice bunt, sacrifice rating of Piercy is an F, and that's going to be down successfully, though, so he gets the job done. 1-3 on the putout. And moving down to second base, Yankees catcher Hoffman in scoring position, top of the order. Braga Roth steps in. Today is not going to be a brutal fun. And Matt, hey, thanks for stopping in. 10 minutes to kickoff. Definitely appreciate you coming by the ballpark. And we will chat at you later as Rommel is going to get an in-play result, 59 to Braga Roth. And Braga Roth, that's going to be a fly ball into right field. And holding at second base is Hoffman, 2 down. Second time Roth has flown out to Whitey Witt for the Athletics. And Peckinpah walked his first time up and has scored the game's only run thus far. 3, that's going to be a defensive check. The high roll is probably going to be no issue there. Error check on the shortstop, and Galloway is a 2, and he's going to easily make that play with a roll of 97, so 6-3 on the putout. And the Yankees still looking for their first hit in this one, but they lead 1-0 due to Rommel's uncontrollable fastball. Top of the third, it's going to be Dykes, Witt, and Dugan for the Athletics. And again, Dugan, our 7th inning fun fact today. Tough result from Piercy. Piercy bends off a slow curve. Dykes freezes, buckles the knees, and called strike 3. So back to the dugout goes Jimmy Dykes, 1 down. Second strikeout of the game for Piercy as Whitey Witt steps in. Witt has the game's only hit thus, or one of 2 hits, for Philly. Singled his first time up. And that's going to be an in-play result. And Witt gets on top of that, yanks that into the gap, and that's going to get down in right center. So his second hit of the ball game, that's going to be a stand-up double, 1 down, runner in scoring position for the A's now. So Piercy can't stay out of trouble himself as Duggan steps in, and Duggan, here comes a pitch, 2-2 count, swing and a miss. Duggan not able to catch up with a fastball. Second strikeout of the inning for Piercy. And 2 down now. Piercy once again will look to extricate himself from a jam with runners in scoring position. And that'll be an in-play result to Tilly Walker, 31. Walker, not a very good hitter against right-handers, or average, I should say. And that is going to get Piercy out of the inning. It is a pop fly, and ranging out into shallow center field to glove that is Aaron Ward. So side is retired, and the Athletics waste a 1-out double as we head to the bottom of the third. Yankees holding a 1-0 lead, looking for their first hit of the day. And Bambino, how about he gets one and puts it in the seats? Here comes a pitch. It's in play. Ruth gets around on that and drives that into right field. That's down in the corner, rattling around. Ruth around first. Coming into second base, the head first slide, and he is safe. A leadoff double for Ruth. And the Yankees, nobody out, runner in scoring position, as Dave Baseball Demo says. And again, check out Dave's channel as well. The everyman of all baseball sims. Al is Mount Rushmore. Dave Little has the title of Best Pipes. I could listen to him read the dictionary. So for Christmas, we are going to get Dave Little a phone book, and he is going to make your wish come true, Dave. And don't underestimate yourself, too. Dave definitely up there on that Mount Rushmore with all his baseball projects. Does a great job, and check out his channel as well. As Rommel pitching to Wally Pipp, that's going to be an in-play result, and the hot-hitting Pipp gets a hold of that, and that's going to be driven into the outfield, a line drive into center field. Runner on second advances 1, so Yankees now runners at the corners, and an opportunity to put some distance between them and Connie Mack's 9 as Bob Musial steps up to the plate. Musial, fielder's choice RBI in the first inning. And he gets the tough result, and he is going to increase his strikeout lead to 3 over Ruth with a swing and a miss. As Rommel jams him inside, unable to get the bat head around on that. So home run Baker, a chance to hurt his old team. And Baker Rommel now buckling down. That's going to be a swing and a miss. Second strikeout in a row for Rommel. And suddenly Rommel has found the plate. And the Yankees looking to waste 2 leadoff hits to start this inning. And yet another tough result to Aaron Ward. And 61 strikes out the side after giving up 2 hits. Rommel, excellent bounce back. So the Yankees waste 2 hits and their first 2 of the ball game. And we're going to head to the 4th inning. New York holding a 1-0 lead. For the Philadelphia 9, it is going to be Frank Walker, Cy Perkins, and Ivy Griffin. Piercy ready to go. Kicks, delivers, and that is going to be a ground ball down to third base. Home run Baker charging, whips it across the diamond to Pip, 1 down. So quick 2-pitch out to start the inning as Cy Perkins steps in. Perkins doubled his first time up. Piercy's got the sign, and Piercy, that's going to be a patient result. 62, fly ball into deep right field. Ruth is in left today. Musial ranging back, and he's going to pull that in short of the warning track. In the cavernous Polo Grounds that does have the short right field porch, it is now 2 down. Ivy Griffin, the batter. Piercy's got the sign, and here comes the pitch. That's going to be driven into right field as well, and a lot easier this time as Musial makes the routine play. 3 up, 3 down go the A's. And Piercy breezes through the 4th inning. It's 1-0 New York up. And for the Yankees, it'll be Hoffman at Piercy, and top of the order, Braga-Roth. And Rommel set to deliver. Rommel is throwing BBs now. That's going to be out of the tough column as well. And Hoffman overmatched by that fastball. 4th strikeout in a row for Rommel. So Rommel, Mr. Jekyll and Hyde, walked 5 early in this game. Now has 4 consecutive strikeouts. And Piercy, the batter. Here comes a pitch, and that's going to be an in-play result, and Piercy puts an end to that nonsense as he drives that one into the gap in left center, and he's going to have a stand-up double. So the pitcher looking to help out his own cause, 1-out gapper. And Braga-Roth's got ducks on the pond, runner on second base, 1 down. Rommel looking to get out of this again, and he goes right back to that tough column, and 70, but that's going to be a single as Roth fights that pitch off. A sharp line drive drops in front of the left fielder, and runner on second to third. So once again, we have runners at the corners, and the meat of the Yankee lineup is looming, starting with Roger Peckinpah, the shortstop. Peckinpah has walked, scored, and grounded out today. Rommel gets a sign, and here comes the wildness again. That is going to be a walk, and once again, the sacks are loaded. So the Yankees, plenty of scoring opportunities early in this one as Rommel walks around to the back of the mound, kicks the dirt, and does not like the sight that is waiting to greet him in the batter's box, the Bambino. 1 for 1, a walk and a double. Here comes the pitch, and that's going to be patient. 25, and Rommel wants no part of Ruth, and he's going to walk in the second run of the ball game. So a cheap RBI for the Bambino. It's 2-0 New York, and Wally Pip up. Connie Mack is stirring in the dugout, sending a sign down to the Philly bullpen as Rommel has been inconsistent all day. And once again, coming out of the patient column, Wally Pip, 83. And that is going to be a fly ball into center field. And runner on third thinks about it, but he's going to have to hold not quite deep enough as charging hard as Frank Walker to make that play. So 2 down, and sack still loaded. And once again, Rommel trying to do his best Houdini, get out of the inning as Bob Musial steps up. And that's going to be a defensive result. It's going to be an error on the first baseman, and playing first base today with an error rating of 1 for the Athletics is Ivy Griffin. And bad news, as 50, that is indeed going to be an error. And a 2-base error as looking to underhand it to the pitcher. Griffin throws it away, and by the time ball has recovered, coming in to score for the Yankees, are Bragarov and Peckinpah, and going over to third is Ruth. So Yankees now on the verge of blowing this one open on the E3. Standing at second base is Musial, and both those runs are unearned. So Rommel not helping himself, and his defense not helping him either. No RBIs, of course, credited on that, but runners on second, third, 2 out, 3 runs already in. Here comes a pitch, and we've got a ballpark result. The left-hander, that's going to be wheelhouse for Frank Home Run Baker. Can he live up to his name? He takes a Mac, and that ball is deep and pulled in just short of the warning track. And again, cavernous center field space out there as Frank Walker makes a play. So that could have blown the game open, but still the Yankees collect 2 runs on a couple of hits, take advantage of a couple of walks and an error, as well as, 3 runs in. As we complete 4, it is now 4-0 New York in the lead, and Piercy has some breathing room. And he's not expected to go much further in this game. As Bears Den 007, Roger Peckinpah was traded twice during the 1921 season, first to the Red Sox, and led a 3-team trade with Boston, Philadelphia, and Washington. Yes, sir. And of course, he went on to be a very vital part of those 1924 and 25 Washington Senator pennant-winning teams, capturing 1 world championship in that span. As Galloway set to face Piercy, it's going to be an in-play result, and Galloway drives a single into left field, just out the reach of shortstop Peckinpah, the aforementioned. So leadoff base runner for the Athletics here in the 5th. Eddie Rommel is going to stay, and they're going to have Rommel bunt. So Rommel slaps that down, and that's going to be fielded by the pitcher, and he is a very good bunter. He's going to easily get that sacrifice done. Moving down to second base is Galloway. 1-3 on the putout and the sacrifice for Rommel as the Athletics look to chip away at this Yankee lead. Top of the order, Jimmy Dykes up. Dykes grounded out and struck out. Piercy's got the sign, and that's going to be an in-play result. And Dykes drives that to shortstop, and in the hole, scooping that up is Peckinpah. Runner's got a hold at second base, 6-3 on the putout. 2 down now as Whitey Witt's the batter, the lefty. Checks with Connie Mack for the sign, and Connie's going to let him swing away. He's the hottest Athletic in the lineup today, 2 for 2, double and a single. And he's going to get the tough result here. 97, though, that's going to be a fly ball into right field, a routine play out there, and he's going to be retired for the first time as Musial makes the play. So leadoff single is stranded, 4th hit of the game for the Athletics, but they have no runs to show as we're halfway through this. It is 4-0, Yankees leading going into the bottom of the 5th. And for the Yanks, it's going to be Aaron Ward, Fred Hoffman, and Piercy, the pitcher spot. Here we go, and that's going to be an in-play result. And fly ball into left field. Ranging over near the line is Tilly Walker. He pulls that in for the first out of the inning. As Ward falls to 0-3 on the day. Catcher Fred Hoffman is 0 for 1, strikeout and a walk. He was captured in that flurry of strikeouts by Rommel, which spanned the 3rd and 4th innings. And we're going to get an in-play result once again, and that's going to be a fly ball into shallow center field, Frank Walker. Again, no relation to Tilly. Makes the routine catch, and 2 outs for Bill Piercy. Piercy doubled and scored last inning. He also has a sacrifice in the 2nd, so he's doing a good job helping his own cause behind the plate. And we're going to get another in-play result. It's going to be a ground ball down to second base. And routiner to Jimmy Dykes, 4-3 on the putout, the short throw to first, and the Yankees go down in order. So we head to the top of the 6th inning. New York holding a comfortable 4-0 lead, and Piercy probably will not go much longer than this. He will be fatigued after 6. So, and I'm doing something new with the fatigue rules that I actually like right now, thus far anyway. So what I do instead of put the tired pitcher's card out there is I make all patient results on the pitcher's card once they're fatigued, wheelhouse, and all in play results patient. So there's not much incentive to leave a tired pitcher in. So far I like that. Of course, you have to remember that. As PJ says, 72 RBI sounds pretty good for a shortstop, but that place Peckinpah, yeah, that Yankees team was loaded in 1921. They really ushered in the offensive era of baseball. And speaking of that team, which of course went on to be known as Murderers Row, Joe Duggan, who will later join them, steps up, and he's going to get the tough result, 51, and Duggan loops that off the end of the bat. It falls down into right field. It's going to go foul, but fair first, and by the time it's retrieved, Duggan is at second base. So our seventh inning highlight fun fact has a leadoff double for the Athletics. Their fifth hit of the day, and they've got something cooking here in the top of the sixth inning for Tilly Walker. And wheelhouse to Walker, 97, and unfortunately not a favorable roll, as that's a routine fly to left. And Duggan forced to hold at second as Ruth records the first out of the inning. And Ruth could run in 1921 a little bit too. He hadn't acquired that trademark paunch. And again, hadn't fallen, as I mentioned earlier, victim to his weakness for hot dogs and beers, at least not to the point it affected him yet, as Piercy with the patient result. And Frank Walker, 96, is going to be a ground ball down to shop. So holding at second base again is Duggan as Peckinpah makes the play for out number 2. And Cy Perkins steps up. Perkins 1 for 2 with a double. Piercy's got the sign, and Piercy comes tough. A slow curve over the outside corner. Freezes Perkins. Strike 3 called, and that is your inning. So for Piercy now, that is strikeout number 5 of the game so far. Actually, strikeout number 4 to go with a walk and a hit batter. So another hit is wasted for the A's as we head to the bottom of the 6th. In New York, the Bronx Bombers holding a 4-0 lead, and for Rommel, not a very consistent outing, but Connie's going to stay with him as 62 tough result. Brago Roth, foul tip, held on to strike 3. And that is strikeout number 5 for Rommel in this, to go with a plethora of walks. And in case you're keeping track, plethora in this case means 6. So he's been all over the place and not even effectively wild, as the Yankees have plated 4 runs. And we're going to get an in-play result there to Peckinpah, ground ball or a fly ball into center field. And drifting in is Walker to put that away. Second out of the inning, and the Bambino strides to the plate to a mighty roar. Babe has been on base every time today. 2 walks, a double, and a ribby back in the 4th. Rommel trying to get him out, and he hangs one over the plate, and crack of the bat. The outfield does not even move as Babe Ruth has launched that into the night, deep into the right field bleachers. That ball is gone. And Babe Ruth has a solo 2-out home run. And that's what the crowd came to see as the Yankees extend their lead to 5-0. And Bambino got every stitch of that baseball. No doubter, 5-0 New York up as Wally Pipp steps up. And next time Rommel comes up to hit, he will be replaced, as Mack has seen enough. And down in the Philadelphia bullpen, warming up furiously, is Raleigh Naylor. And don't know how good he'll do to staunch this Yankee offense. 13 in play, and Pipp is going to keep the carnage going with a 2-out single. And again, Wally Pipp off to a very good start in this replay. Yeah, Ruth was something else. He, again, I mean, rightfully so. He is credited to a large extent with saving the game after the Black Sox scandal broke in 1920. And fans had had enough of the corruption in baseball. And Ruth gave them something else to think about with his power, as Bob Musial comes in, and Musial is going to get a ballpark result, and 84, that's going to be in play. And Musial ground ball down to shortstop, and Galloway is going to retire him. But the Yankees plate another run on Babe Ruth's mammoth shot into the night. It is 5-0 New York as we head to the 7th inning. And I guess I should say afternoon, since no night baseball existed in 1921. So coming up after this half inning, our fun fact on Joe Duggan. Hope you'll stick around for that. And Bears Den 007, it's a wonder how even better Ruth would have been, even playing longer if he was forced to keep in shape. Yeah, and that was, Ruth did what he wanted to do. And I think one of the funnier stories of him, and I actually have a copy of this contract. A subscriber sent it to me, his 1930 and 31 contract with the Yankees, where he signed for $80,000 per year, which was just an astronomical sum at that time, especially entering the Great Depression. And one of the a baseball scribe asked Ruth about how he felt about making more money than the president of the United States, to which Ruth quickly retorted, "I had a better year than him, so I deserve it," basically. So we are entering the 7th inning, and it's going to be Griffin, Galloway, and Rommel, and Piercy. He's on fatigue watch now, and it's going to be a patient result. And Ivy Griffin, 95, that's going to be a fly ball into right field, and Musial takes care of that, first out of the inning. And of course, with Piercy doing the shutout, he's going to be able to retain and stay in until basically he gives up a run. And again, my fatigue rules I'm using, all patient results go to wheelhouse on the pitcher's card. All in-play results go to patient. All right, here comes a pitch. Tough, and Galloway overmatched by that fastball. Strikeout number 6 for Piercy. And Eddie Rommel is due up, and Eddie Rommel's day is done, as he is sent to the center field clubhouse in the Polo Grounds to get a cold shower. And the new pitcher for the A's will be Raleigh Naylor. So we'll close the book on Rommel. 6 very eventful innings. And as mentioned, he had trouble. He struggled throughout the game with wildness, walking 6 batters, striking out 5, giving up the monstrous home run to Babe Ruth last inning. And a total of 6 hits, 5 runs, 3 of them were unearned, though. And so that is his rather abysmal line for the day. As the pinch hitter for the Athletics will be Frank Brazil. And Brazil, against right-handed pitchers in 1921, he hit a very respectable 298. So here we go. Piercy looking to get out of the inning, and the A's looking for a little 2-out magic. That's going to be an in-play result, and Piercy's going to get the better of this one as a fly ball into left field. The A's go down in order in the 7th, and it is time for the 7th inning stretch, as we will get Raleigh Naylor's hitting card. So our fun fact of the day involves Joe Duggan. Now, Joe Duggan, he had it kind of shows you that Philadelphia fans had a well-earned reputation even back then. So Joe Duggan, story has it that in the teens, actually back in, I believe, starting in 1915 when he was still in high school. So Connie Mack was traveling through Joe's hometown, and he was born in Mahoney City, Pennsylvania, and stopped to visit the family. And Joe Duggan was one of 10 children, 8 boys, 2 girls. And basically the story goes, Mack told his father, John Duggan, that he heard his boy was quite the ball player, and he's got a train to catch, so he's going to make it brief. He went straight to the point, laid out 5 $100 bills on the table in front of the patriarch of the family, and said, "Mr. Duggan, I want you to promise me that when Joseph comes of age and decides to go into organized baseball, you'll let him come to the Philadelphia Athletics to which the elder Duggan's response purportedly was, for $500, you can take the whole family. So that sealed the deal. And after graduating, he went to the College of Holy Cross in Worcester, Massachusetts, playing baseball for the Crusaders, where his reputation was enhanced. And he was only there basically 1 year, as there were half a dozen teams now in the majors bidding for him. But Duggan kept his dad's word, and Mac did not even have to take the other 9 siblings, as he signed with the Philadelphia Athletics for the 1917 season, skipped the minors, went straight to the major league ball team. Now, he had a lot of early struggles, despite the fact that he was known as a very good fielder. He committed 92 errors in his first 3 years in the league and struggled at the plate. And in 1918, he really started to fall out of favor with Philadelphia fans, struck out a couple of times in a lopsided Philly loss, including once with the bases loaded. And fans started to ride him. And basically, this was a knock on Duggan early in his career, that when things were not going his way, he would basically just vanish, have a mysterious illness, not show up, just bail on the team when things got a little too rough. And in this case, he took off, went home to visit his family and friends, and looked at even possibly playing in the minors before coming back. And, the teammates, he was not popular because of that with his teammate, and the fans continued to ride him and shower him with catcalls and insults. And finally, after the 1919 season, Duggan threatened to quit baseball if Connie Mack didn't trade him, and to which Mack, again, Mack was not one to mollycoddle ball players, said, I guess you'll have to quit then. But eventually he became tired of Duggan and his antics and shipped him off. He was moved to third base in 1920, and despite picking things up, he just had worn out his welcome. So at the end of the 1921 season, which we're replaying here, he finally got his wish and traded him, and went to the New York Yankees. And one quick story, which can tell you how opinions change, and this is kind of ironic and highlights how much John McGraw hated Babe Ruth. He was not a popular fan of his. But in the 1923 World Series, Duggan's parents tried to show up to New York to watch him play. They didn't have tickets, but the Yankees ownership eventually found a place to put them. And his dad was there cheering for him, yelling, knock him out of the box, the old scallywag, as Duggan stepped in the second inning. And he drove Jack Bentley's pitch into center field and past Casey Stengel, motored around for an inside the park home run, ended up going 4 for 5 for the day as the Yankees won 8-1, which gave them a 3-2 lead in the series, which they wrapped up the next day at the Polo Grounds. And so after that game, sports writers, as they often tried to do with Muggsy, were trying to bait him into admitting the Yankees had better talent. And he indicated he would still rather have Frankie Frisch, a great player in his own right, a Hall of Famer, over Babe Ruth. And he said Babe Ruth was not a great player. He is a great hitter. And another reporter asked him about Duggan, and McGraw said, now, young man, you have named a great ball player. And basically indicating that he would rather have Duggan over Babe Ruth. And of course, that would not have turned out well. But that concludes our 7th inning fun fact about Mr. Duggan today, his arrival in the major leagues, and a little anecdote from the 1923 World Series. So if you like the fun facts, please hit that like button. Got millions of them, and not all of them involve illness, injury, or death, which Matt Steeler fan 1933 really likes as well. So we're ready to go in the bottom of the 7th inning. And it's crazy how much McGraw hated Ruth, Al, that he would go out of his way not to compliment him. Yeah, I'd probably take Babe Ruth over Joe Duggan any day. And Utah Mike Sports Time Machine, who is a manager of the GPBL in the league of their own, based on, was it Duggan or was it actually? That's a good question. It has been so long since I've seen that movie. I have heard it's actually Duggan, which would make sense based on his personality and the again, stories that exist of Duggan's personality from when he played back in the day? That's a really good question, and I do not have the answer to that. So home run Baker up, and Baker is 0 for 2 today. Strikeout, flyout, and a walk, as Raleigh Naylor looks to keep the Yankees somewhat close. That's a ground ball down to second base, and an easy play there for Jimmy Dykes. And Dykes, incidentally, was the reason that Duggan was shifted to the hot corner by Connie Mack, as he was considered a much better middle infielder. And again, getting the start at second today as Aaron Ward steps up. Yankees second baseman today is 0 for 3, has the collar, and that'll be an in-play result. And he's going to keep that collar, as that's a ground ball down to second base again. 2 plays in a row for Dykes, and 2 outs in the bottom of the 7th. New York holding a comfortable lead, as Naylor, patient result, 69 to Hoffman, and Hoffman is going to take a pitch in the ribs. Second time a Yankee hitter has been plunked today, and the first one to wear a fastball. No, I was wrong. It was an A that got hit earlier. So nonetheless, Piercy the batter, and Piercy up with 2 outs. They're going to let him swing away. Here comes the pitch. Ballpark and wheelhouse. Piercy doesn't have much juice in that bat. Does he have enough to get something done? And no, that's a lazy fly ball into center field, and Frank Walker there in plenty of time. So the Yankees are retired after a 2-out double. We're through 7. New York holding a 5-0 lead over the Athletics, as Bill Piercy working on a dandy. He's going to face in the top of the 8th, top of the order, Dykes, Witt, and Duggan. Again, the subject of our 7th inning fun fact. Piercy, does he have some juice left? He does, as Dykes frozen on that letter high fastball. Strike 3 called. Second time Dykes has been fanned today. He also has 2 ground outs to short. 0 for 4 as Whitey Witt steps up. Here comes a pitch, and another tough result. Piercy coming on strong in the late innings, going after that shutout. Strike 3 on the swing and a miss by Witt. Our good friend Chris, formerly of Strat-O-Matic, Delaware, used to say, swinging at the knee cheese. 2 down, 2 strikeouts, Duggan the batter. And Piercy, and that's going to be a ballpark result, and that will be wheelhouse. Let's see if Duggan can get a little bit for the Athletics. Big mighty cut, and Duggan takes Piercy deep into the left field bleachers, down that short left field foul line, hooking just inside the pole, a solo shot. And Philadelphia finally on the board. And Piercy now is going to be fatigued. We're going to see if he can get one more batter out, as he gives up a hit and the first run of the ball game. So here comes a pitch, 6 in play, and again that goes to patient 32, and that is going to be a base on balls. So that's going to do it, as he started the inning strong, but he's not going to get through it, and Piercy will get credited with 7 2/3 innings. Only gives up 6 hits and a single run. It is earned on that home run by Duggan. And, of course, runner on first is his responsibility. And he strikes out 1, 2. Strikes out 7, so a very good outing for Piercy in terms of strikeouts. And he also surrenders a couple of walks, and he hit a batter as well. So in now to pitch for the Yankees to try and wrap this up. Won't be a save situation, but they are taking no chances, as Huggins sends in Jack Quinn to wrap this one up. Quinn appeared in 33 games in 1921 with an 8-7 record, 3.78 ERA. And Bears Den 007 does point out, yes, Duggan was also involved in that trade that involved Peckinpah as well. as Quinn tries to get out of the inning and retire Walker. That's going to be a tough result, and Quinn picks up where Piercy left off with the strikeout, and that is 8 times Philadelphia batters have gone back to the dugout empty-handed today. But the Athletics get on the board, a walk and a shot down the line by Joe Duggan. It is 5-1 as we head to the bottom of the 8th inning. New York still comfortably in front as Raleigh Naylor set to face top of the order. Roth, Peckinpah, and the Bambino. And we're going to get a defensive check. It's going to be a range check on the shortstop. And at shortstop is Galloway with a range of D. Not very good, but a roll of 90 is going to give him plenty of time to get there. Makes a nice play, whips it across the diamond, and 1 down to start the 8th for the Yankees. Peckinpah, the batter now. Peckinpah has walked twice, scored both times he's walked, grounded out and flown out to center field. And that's going to be a tough result to Peckinpah. 63 is a fly ball into right field. And coming in hard, Whitey Witt catches that waist high, 2nd out of the inning. So Naylor, despite his rather lackluster record, 3-13, 484 in 1921, has pitched well today. But Babe Ruth can change that, as it's going to be a patient result, and Naylor wants no part of the Bambino, and he's going to give him 4 straight balls. Ruth trots down to first base, and for the Bambino, that is his 3rd walk of the day. To go with a double and a home run, Ruth is wearing the Athletics out. As Wally Pipp's the batter, Pipp also 2 for 3 with a walk, 2 singles. And it's going to be an in-play result to Pipp, and Pipp grounds that down, chopped in front of the plate, and rushing in to get that is Naylor. He's going to pivot, and is he going to get the double play? 7. And no, Ruth is going to get down to second base, only plays to first base, 1-3 on the putout. As the 2-6 with above both the pitcher and the batter double play numbers. So Bob Musil, the batter. And Musil, tough, swing and a miss, double zeros. And actually, that's a rare play. Never mind. So we are going to my homebrewed rare play chart, and we have a runner on second base. Let's see what we have here, 86. So 86 with a runner on second base. Fan interferes with a hit down the line. Single, runners advance all bases, or 1 base. So Naylor made a great pitch, and unfortunately, hometown fan interference, and that puts runners at the corners. So 1st and 3rd, 1 out, and home run Baker, the batter. And that's going to be an in-play result for home run Baker, and looking to hurt his former team. Instead, he pops at a mile high just behind the plate, and circling under that is Cy Perkins. He's going to put that away for the 2nd out. 2 down for Aaron Ward now, as Ward stares down the pitcher. Tough result, and Ward swing and a miss. So Naylor strikes out Ward. The Yankees get another hit in that inning. But they leave 2 as we are through 8 innings. It is 5-1, New York in the lead. And last chance for the Athletics, it's going to be Cy Perkins, Ivy Griffith, and Chick Galloway, and then the pitcher spot if someone gets on base. So Quinn looking to get out of this tough result, 98. That's going to be a fly ball into left field. Babe Ruth camps under that, 2 hands it, 1 down. Ivy Griffin, the batter. Griffin today is 0 for 3, ground out 2 flyouts to right field. Here comes a pitch, another in-play result, and 43 will be a pop fly into foul territory, and drifting over near the stands to pull that in is home run Baker. Feigns giving a fan a souvenir, but that didn't happen in 1921, so ball goes back to the pitcher. As Frank Baker gives the disappointed fan a sheepish grin. 2 down, Chick Galloway. This is it for the Athletics, and here comes a pitch by Quinn. Another in-play result, and Galloway strokes that down the third base line. Baker gets under his glove, down into the corner. Ruth gets it back in, but we have a 2-out double, and the Athletics are not done yet, and they're going to need another pinch hitter. So Connie Mack stares down his bench. And he is going to call for the left-handed hitting Zip Collins. And Collins, against right-handers in 1921, hit 286 in limited at-bats. So let's see if he can keep things going for the Athletics here. As out to talk to his pitcher is Yankee catcher Fred Hoffman. They get their sign straight. Quinn gives him a nod. Here we go. 2 down, 1 on. Here comes a pitch, and that'll be a patient result. And Zip Collins not going to do anything with that, but a weak ground ball to second base. Charging in hard is Ward. Quick throw to first base. Nips him by a step, and that is your ball game. So the A's get a 2-out double. They strand him, and they're unable to make a dent in the Yankees' lead. So we have a 5-1 Yankees victory, and the Yankees going to 13-4. They actually lost this game in real life 5-4. So they are we're 9-8 in real life at this point. So well ahead of that pace early in this replay. And the fans got what they wanted. Babe Ruth. Philadelphia could not keep him off the base. He's our offensive MVP as he went 2 for 2, double home run, 2 RBIs, runs scored, 3 walks, and a thorn in the side all day. Honorable mention to Piercy, who went 7 2/3 and pitched well above his ratings in this one. Kept the Athletics at bay as the Yankees built their lead. So we'll give our final line score here. All right, it's going to be Philadelphia, 1 run, 7 hits, 1 error. And the Yankees, 5 runs, 8 hits, no errors. A comfortable 5-1 victory in front of the home standing, or in front of the home crowd at the Polo Grounds, who left happy. And they are off to Manhattan to celebrate as the Yankees continue to roll early in this 1921 replay. And good to get this back on the channel. I'll definitely get a couple more games from this replay in over the holiday. Look for some dodgeball. And of course, arriving Tuesday, Greg Sovan's new creation. He is the creator of Fall Classic Baseball. His new creation, Field Day Baseball. I will be doing an unboxing on that and a demo, and have the 1978 season of game. So looking forward to that as well. Hope you all have a good rest of the day. Take care. So a quick thanks and a shout out to everyone for stopping by. Our good friend Utah Mike, Sports Time Machine, please give his channel a sub. Matt Steeler Fan 1933, a big help with Glory Days Boxing, as he does a lot of my proofreading and has a universe going on Operation Sports. Bears Den 007, always good to see you, my friend. Darius Montre, thanks for stopping by. And again, happy holidays to you and the family. P-Jet, thank you for the conversation. And Dave, Baseball Demos, check out his channel as well. And then, of course, the undisputed Al Red Sox fan. If you have not subbed his channel, you're missing out. Give it a go. And Dave, Baseball Demos, another great cards and dice baseball channel. Please give his channel a follow as well. So thanks to everyone for joining us at the ballpark. Take care and have a great day, everyone. Anthony with Bleacher Bums Gaming. We will see you later.